We have all been talking about JD Vance for months. Are we surprised that we're not surprised? What do you make of this pick, Rick?
Yeah, well, I'm a little surprised by the surprise or lack thereof.
Yeah.
The campaign was sort of getting us all excited that there had been a rethink and a reset, and everybody was thinking about what are the other possibilities that Donald Trump could do. Hey, great job, campaign. You got us all fooled for a while, because going into this week, the odds-on favorite was JD Vance. I mean, he'd become the talking point for vice president. And so it is what everybody kind of expected it to happen. And he plays to the base of Donald Trump. He doesn't really have a profile that would bring in independent voters or, suburban women or any of the target groups that the campaign's been looking at to try and build a bridge. But he'll take care of the base. And, if there's a heir apparent to MAGA in the future now, you've got him. Wow. JD Vance.
Well, before we knew it was JD Vance, when we were all still playing the guessing game, we were trying to understand if we should read into the fact that Nikki Haley is now going to be speaking at the convention this week, whether or not Trump could surprise us with the selection in that way, knowing that there was a primary voter, a Republican primary voter, that was choosing her over him. Do those same voters find more attraction to the Donald Trump ticket if JD Vance is on it? Does this help him win those people over at all?
I don't see how. The reality is I'm just going through the issues on abortion. This is somebody who opposes abortion. In fact, for his Senate race, his line about abortion is ban abortion. Ukraine, he says, I don't care what happens with Ukraine. Immigration, build a wall, opposes amnesty. January 6th, denies the election. Tariffs, 10% across the board. I mean, the list goes on and on. So when you talk about Nikki Haley voters, independents, certainly Democrats, they are feeling that this is somebody who is Trump acolyte for sure, who has the love and support of Donald Trump Jr. and also people like Tucker Carlson. So I don't see how he does anything but do what Donald Trump traditionally does, which is reinforce the base. And it quite frankly left me a little bit sad, if you can say, because I was saying maybe there was a message of unity. This is somebody who blamed Joe Biden for the assassination attempt the other day, 2 hours after it happened. So I don't know if the new and improved Donald Trump I thought we might get is here, given this pick.
Born James Donald Bowman in August of 1984. He's not even 40 years old. Is there an argument, a generational leadership argument here that would appeal to young voters, or is this a different story?
I think he absolutely can appeal to young voters, appeal to young men in particular. He is, my understanding, the youngest VP nominee since Richard Nixon. That's 1952. So it is a smart pick from that perspective, because it's a change of generation.
Of course, if you're watching on Bloomberg TV, we are seeing live pictures of Senator Vance on the floor in the Pfizer Forum here in Milwaukee. There is a big smile on his face as he shakes hands with the delegates that are gathered there, taking some selfies as well. This obviously is a big moment for the senator who, frankly, Rick, hasn't been in the political realm that long. He just started his Senate term in January of 2023 with winning, of course, with help of the endorsement of Donald Trump. Before that, a venture capitalist, which is what may make him more well-known to our viewers and listeners here on Bloomberg. But this kind of ascent, this quickly, knowing that Donald Trump, too, didn't have a long political history before he won in 2016, what do you make of it?
Yeah, it's almost an advantage because, as you point out, he's got a presidential candidate who kind of eschews establishment politics. There's no way you could call him an establishment figure, even though he serves in the United States Senate. He's the youngest senator to, aspire to this level of position. And at the end of the day, his rhetoric has always been anti-establishment, except for when we first really started to notice him in 2016, when he argued about being a never-Trumper and how bad it was for our country to be nominating Donald Trump. So his road to the vice presidency is not something you'd ever recommend to somebody to try and follow in his footsteps. But the bottom line is Trump doesn't care about any of that stuff. He's just proven it. All that has water under the bridge. He's got someone who will help appeal to these minorities, young men, blacks, Hispanics, that he's picking up out of the Democratic coalition. He's got great roots in the Midwest. He understands the plight of the working class, practically his own life. And so I think this plays to the strength of the base of the party. And Donald Trump, we'll see what his speech is on Thursday, but maybe he then takes the lead in trying to refabricate his image into a place where he can attract more voters from the middle.